I have spent the past months playing Deadlock now, and it's one of the best games I have played in a very long time. With its large character roster, possibilities of theory crafting and min-maxing makes it highly addicting. The game is not even out of beta yet, but it's already thriving, with constant changes, improvements and fixes heading towards a really positive direction. As someone who spent so many hours in games like League, Overwatch and Apex, I can't tell you just how refreshing a game like Deadlock was to me. Now about the actual video topic. I have for the past 7 years been primarily a Dead by Daylight player, but for the past 2 years I started playing the game less and less. I'm not gonna compare Deadlock and DBD as they are two different genres, but I will put it on a perspective just what it feels like playing a game done with passion, blood and sweat to the hellscape of neglect that is DBD. Dead by Daylight is in a horrific state right now, not only gameplay wise but basically everything else as well. The community is at its worst, the devs are directionless and every new patch that drops feels like a punch to the stomach. There is two types of players that still commits all their time to DBD. Content creators and people who have developed genuine Stockholm Syndrome for the game. And both have to deal with the constant disrespect and soft behavior throws at them. The only ones that are doing fine are basically comp players who only play customs with their own rules. Reading a DBD patch note is something I always dread. They add one quality of life update that should have been in the game years ago, then simultaneously it includes something meta broken that stays in the game for weeks, if not months, until changed. And once the patch hit live servers, we are introduced to 100 new bugs. It's an endless repeated cycle that's been a thing since forever, and it's just gotten worse over time. Then you read a Deadlock patch note and it's a night and day difference. Major balance changes for several different characters, allowing more ways to play them, keeping the game fun and fresh at all times. I am not gonna claim I think every single change they do is something good that I will agree with, however, but at least I never have to worry about something that will completely break the game and all of its fundamentals.
Holy shit.
You've been reading patch notes for 2 hours! You expect me to play this game?
This is what I want. You're
2
playing.
hours of patch notes? That's what you want?
You've been playing the same game for 5 years! This is more changes in one patch than Valorant has done in 5 years! 5 years!
I'm dyslexic, bro! I can't do this! You've been reading for 2 hours! I'm gonna have a panic attack if I do that!
5 years.
I had time periods where I was thinking about just uninstalling the game fully, or at least temporarily for some year and come back in case they improve it, which I fully doubt will actually happen anytime soon. It's barely the game I even remember anymore. It's mainly designed to be a soulless, energy-draining cash grab that milks the player out of their wallets as much as possible with mediocre DLCs and cosmetics. The thought of playing the game sometimes makes me physically recoil, but in the end I still choose to stick around, mainly because most of my friends still play it and I guess it's an okay game when you just want to turn your brain off and zone away. But I do not remember the last time this game brought me genuine joy, like I was actually having fun playing it. Also, before I even got into Deadlock, I was already doing more variety, jumping between games like Rainbow Six, Battlefield, New World, Rest in Peace, among few others, just keeping myself away DBD much more often. Sometimes I can't help but wonder if DBD one-trick players have fun playing this game, or they just gaslight themselves so hard into thinking they do. I will dare to say that majority of DBD problems is because of the player base and not even just the devs. Most player feedback and suggestions are based on emotional arguments, never using logic or critical thinking. Essentially, everyone thinks the game should be catered to them personally and their way of playing should be the only acceptable one. This mainly refers to those casuals I only play for fun players who will lose their shit if they come across someone who even dares play for the win using certain tactics to secure the game. Majority of the stuff is to help the casual players, but when you do too much for them, it will have a heavy negative impact for people who actually plays and understands the game. Deadlock managed to do what DBD can't with their balance philosophy, and it's something they have done in their previous title like Dota. Basically, instead of nerfing the strong stuff, you buff everything else closer to their level. If DBD went same approach and just allowed everything to be strong and coexist, there would be much less frustration with the inconsistent balance dynamic. You don't need to necessarily nerf an S perk or killer, just bring everything else closer to their level. Games like Deadlock just reminds me of how amazing a game can be when there's a vision to it and the devs actually cares for it, not about how much money they can make, but how good of a game they can create. DBD also has an ongoing existential crisis and it has no idea on what type of game it wants to be. If you want to have a moderate success in balancing a game to both casual friendly players with also competitive integrity, it is possible, but with how behavior does it, it fails to do either. Don't want to go and repeat as much as I already have, but DBD also has so many technical issues that adds on to the player frustration, which you probably heard a million times before. Matchmaking, boosted maps, bugs, cheaters, crashes, massive server issues, you get the point. There isn't much left I have to say. I still have some hope that DBD will do something, just anything, to make the game feel more fun, organic, fluid, whatever you want to call it. But as for now, it's just something I can't bring myself to play as much as I used to.